What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Casual Big Ten Podcast. My name is Kent Peterson. I'm the host of this show, and today, for the first time ever, we are recording on YouTube. This is a very exciting moment, something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I wanted to wait until I felt like things were a little bit, kind of ironed out and looked a little bit better, ready for YouTube, and I think today is that day. This is as good as it's going to get for the beginning, and I'm very excited to be here. Excited to talk about Big Ten sports with you guys, but not quite that much today because I got a couple other things that I want to talk about first. If you clicked over from the Twitter account, this is the man that's been behind all the hilarious, the borderline viral, the childish tweets that I've been putting out for the last 8 months. No hiding it anymore. This is what I look like. I'm fully ready to be ridiculed and made fun of, I guess. I don't know. It's a little exposing to just kind of put myself out there, but I'm excited to do it. And I say this all the time on the podcast. I'm just excited. I'm just really excited. I'm excited to be here. Today I did want to talk a little bit about my own life, I guess. I don't do that very often on the podcast, and I won't be doing that going forward. But since this is a kind of introduction episode, a welcome, if you will, I thought I would give a little bit of background information on myself. Like I said, my name is Kent Peterson. Last year and for years before that, I was a PE teacher. I've done some other teaching as well throughout the last 10 years, basically, and I was kind of missing out on family time with my kids. I have really young kids right now, and I decided that last year I'm not going to go back to teaching this year, but I wanted to do something that's going to fill that time. So last year, right at this time actually, was when I decided that I'm going to start making content for sports stuff, and specifically Big Ten, because that's what I'm following the most. I watch a ton of Big Ten basketball. I watch a ton of Big Ten football, so I said, why don't I just start tweeting about it? And I've been doing podcasts off and on for a couple years now, so I thought, why don't I just start doing that for the stuff that I actually care about? So that's why I started it last year. When I stopped teaching, I started spending way more time with my kids, which was awesome. I was also coaching basketball last year, which was a lot of time, big time commitment. So this year, the only thing that I was coaching was my twins' 5-year-old soccer teams. I've talked about that a little bit on the pod before, but very exciting time for me to be able to spend this much time with my kids and also do something that's super fun. This is totally a hobby for me, but I just love doing it. I love spending time on it, and it's just something that I'm passionate about. I'm married. Obviously, you can't just quit your career and not have some sort of source of income, so thank you to my wife because she makes all the money. Well, not all the money. She makes a significant amount of money for our family. Like I said, I think I said this already. Might have been when I messed up earlier, and I'm misremembering when I said this or not. But I do watch dogs on the side. There's a high chance, by the way, that at some point during these recordings you will see one of my kids bust in here, or a dog, or two, or maybe even 5. I mean, I could have a couple weeks ago I had 7 dogs at my house. So that's been really fun to be doing a little bit on the side, making a little bit of money, but also spending a lot of time with my kids and then spending time doing this, which is extremely fun. Nothing's going to change with the podcast. Just because I'm on YouTube now, just because you can see my face, you're still going to get that same mediocre content that you were getting for the last 8 months. I'm excited to be talking about transfer portal stuff. I'm excited to be talking about, I have pretty much all the way planned already a NFL draft, wrap up for all the Big Ten guys that I'm probably going to release tomorrow, honestly. I think I have it that close to being ready, so I'll do that probably tomorrow. But it's going to be the same stuff that I've been talking about. Nothing's really going to change just because I'm on YouTube, and I'm excited to start doing it on YouTube as well as pushing out the podcast still as I've been doing. This process has been crazy. This process has been insane. I think I decided probably 3 months ago that I was going to start doing YouTube, and probably a month or two after that. So I was looking at pictures. I was actually pulling up pictures for this episode, And my wife and I decided that this closet that I'm currently sitting in right now was going to be where my office/studio is. And that is actually that photo right there, if you're watching on YouTube, is not what it looked like when it started. It actually was full of stuff. All my kids' stuff, literally stuffed animals, clothes, all sorts of things. There was like racks that I had to take down, so much stuff. But I cleaned it all out, started with a blank canvas, and got to where I have this office now today. The office part of it was just the first step, though. I feel like getting that first like 4 weeks of things done, where I was just like building the ceiling and painting and putting up light fixtures. And I'm not a handyman, by the way, but I was doing molding, and I built this custom desk that I'm working on right now. Hanging TVs, doing all the AV, all the video and all the audio and video stuff that I was doing, trying to get everything plugged in. Just getting everything set up for the way that I wanted it to be was like, that was the first step. Actually getting YouTube set up and creating everything that I needed to create and getting everything ready technology-wise was a whole nother animal. And I would argue that it was harder than creating this office. Even though, like I said, I'm not a handyman, I like to think that I'm good at technology, but that was like the most impossible process, was trying to get everything set up for YouTube with the microphone and the video and the cameras and everything. And that process has just been taking so long. I think like probably 5 weeks ago on the podcast was when I first said that I was going to do YouTube videos. And I said I'll be ready in 3 weeks, and I was not ready in 3 weeks. I was not ready. It's been like 6 weeks since I said that, I think, maybe. Did I say 5? 5 or 6. It's been a while. But why am I doing all this, though? And honestly, there's a simple answer. I'm selfish. I want people to see me. I want videos of me to exist on the internet. I'm very vain. That's why I'm doing. No, that's not really the reason why. I think that the way that content is consumed now, most people would prefer to watch videos. And being on Twitter for the last 9 months and having tweets that have had a lot of engagement, I've noticed that anything video that I put out or retweet gets a lot more views, gets a lot more interaction. And you say, why does that even matter? Why does it matter what your Twitter interaction is? Well, the whole reason I started this was because I wanted to engage with people. I'm a very outgoing person. You ask any of my friends, I love talking to people when I'm out in public. I love meeting new people. I've met a lot of people through Twitter just by doing the tweets this past year that I don't know. I wouldn't consider them friends, but I consider them online friends. But I love the interaction. I love moving the conversation when it comes to sports. And like I said, specifically the Big Ten stuff. So I think that making videos is going to help move that needle faster than just saying, hey, go listen to my podcast, because a lot of people might not do that. It's hard to get people to go listen to a podcast. It's hard to get people to go watch YouTube too. I understand that. But at least if I have some video stuff that I'm doing, I can put it out on Twitter, and I think that it will engage people a little bit more, and it'll help, scratch that itch that I've had since I stopped teaching of having a hobby that's a little bit more fulfilling. There's also one other reason why I for sure wanted to do video, and it's because I think that once I have a YouTube channel and once, I have a couple videos out, it'll be a lot easier to convince people to come on the podcast, which I say all that. I've never even tried yet. I haven't asked anyone other than Brad, who actually was on the podcast, to come on. But I think now that I have a channel, I will be more confident to go say, hey, guy or girl, both. That'd be awesome. Maybe at the same time, a guy and a girl, and if you're thinking of something dirty, that's your fault. But I think that if I have a YouTube channel, I can say, hey, can you jump on a FaceTime real quick? I'm doing a podcast about Rutgers basketball. I'd love to have you on. Do you mind? And I think that that's easier for somebody than saying, hey, I'm just recording a podcast. Can I get some audio from you? Can you call me real quick so I can record your audio? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But also, if I do have a guest on that people would like to see, they're actually going to want to see them. They're not just going to want to hear them. So that's another reason why I wanted to do the YouTube channel. I wanted to say a couple of thank yous before I finish up this one. Was supposed to be a quick pod. It's already over 10 minutes. I wanted it to be 10 or less, but that's okay. I'm going to keep going. I already said this once already, but thank you to my wife. She is my biggest supporter for everything that I do, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you letting me have I know it's just a closet, but, she runs this house. And she gave me this closet, and she picked out the paint color, and I like it a lot. So thanks, babe. I really appreciate it. And obviously, everything else that you do to support me being kind of a bum right now, making sports videos on YouTube. You're the best. I wanted to shout out my little brother, Corey, as well. I have come to him for every single tech problem that I've had, and he's either had a solution for me or told me that I'm an idiot and I need to figure it out for myself, or that my technology that I have at my computer sucks or whatever. He doesn't really talk to me like that, but he does it in a nice way. He also did a few. Did he do a few? I know I called him a few times, but we did a couple practice episodes as well where I actually called him to see if I could have a guest on. It didn't work great, but I learned a bunch of stuff from that. So thank you, Corey. I appreciate it. I called him like right when I decided I was going to do YouTube. He was the first one I called because he's the most tech smart person I know. He's the only person that's smarter with technology than me. Let's put it to you that way. So he's the only one that I trust with this advice. So I appreciate my little bro for helping me out with all that. And my big bro too. I've been sending both of them pictures as the office gets updated. Neither one of them really care about sports, so they could give a care less that I was building an office studio for a sports podcast. But they were super supportive still, and especially Corey, like I said. And then last but not least, my men 50 grand. I was going to say man 50 grand, but it's two. My men 50 grand. That doesn't make any sense. That's Wally in the middle, folks. And that is Brad on the far left, or top, I guess. You would say top, the way that this picture is kind of angled. These are my guys, man. These are my guys. These are my road dogs. Woof, woof. I don't know what I'm doing already. I'm already getting too comfortable on video. I've sent them upwards of 10,000 text messages about the Casual Big Ten account, whether it's a tweet, whether it's a graphic. And to their credit, they are really good friends because they will tell me if something's good, and they will tell me if something is bad, and they will tell me how to fix it, and they will tell me that I'm wasting too much time on something. That's pretty much my whole life, though. They tell me that you're wasting time doing everything that you're doing, Kent. What a waste of a life you have. That's what they say to me. But these are my guys, though. These are they, and I was talking about Corey being more tech smart than me. These two guys right here are the only two guys that I know that know more about Big Ten sports than me. So I like to go to them when I'm doing anything Big Ten related because they're going to have the knowledge that I might not always have. In fact, most of the time I don't. That's the reason why this is called Casual Big Ten, because I'm a casual. These two guys right here are not casuals. They're pros. They're experts. And they're probably laughing that I'm saying that because they're really not. Wally's an expert. I don't know about Brad. Brad, are you an expert? I'm going to have Brad on the show very soon. He wants to come on the show, but Wally's a little bit more of an introvert. He's not going to ever be on the show. Unless it's by accident, like we're hanging out together and I'm recording and he's just in the background, which has happened on this show already. He yelled from the bathroom an answer that me and Brad were looking for when we were at the Big Ten tournament this year in Chicago. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I am open to any suggestions. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a content king or anything like that. I don't claim to be, but I'm excited to be doing this. If there's something that you'd like me to improve on, I will read it. If you put it in the comments or if you tweet it at me, I'll read it and then I'll immediately forget about it and probably not take it to heart. No, I'm just kidding. I'll consider it. I'll put it to you that way. Lots of stuff coming up I'm really excited about. We got, like I said, the NFL draft recap is coming, and then we got the offseason for football this could be over before you know it. This summer, my plan is to have at least one person on from all the 14 Big Ten teams that I would consider an expert. My face is really flushed. It's kind of hot in here. Y'all have to give me man, it's really flushed. Someone that I would consider an expert from each team is what I'd like to have on this summer before football season starts, going into football season, so we can all feel like experts, get a little knowledge from each person, and then we're going into the season with the right mind, so we can gamble and we can watch and do all those things correctly, so we know what's going on. And then obviously, I'll be honest, I'm kind of sick of this at this point, but coming up more is more basketball portal information. I just wish guys would just hurry up and make the decision, and then we can move on with the off season. I'm not going to beg anybody to subscribe. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to ask you to. If you'd like to, go ahead and subscribe. That'd be great. I do have a personal goal of mine. I'm not going to ever talk about this again other than on this welcome episode. I have a personal goal of mine to try to get to 100 subscribers before the end of football season. So I'm giving myself some time, and I'm being a little bit more realistic. So far, I have 2 subscribers. They're both me. So I'd like to get at least one other person this week to hit subscribe. That'd be great. But you know what? If that doesn't happen, that's cool too. As always, go follow at Casual Big Ten. You can't miss it on this screen. At Casual Big Ten on Twitter. At Casual Big Ten on YouTube. Follow and subscribe if you want to. That'd be great. I would appreciate it. Appreciate everybody. Like I said, all the people that I said thank you to, I appreciate you guys so much. And anybody that's watching for the first time, hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys. Honestly, probably see you guys really soon because, like I said, I'm probably going to do an episode tomorrow about the NFL draft. So we'll see you guys when that happens, and we'll talk to you soon.